Hi guys, Steph here. Okay, let's see what we've got for you today. Can you guess what it is? Yes, you eagle-eyed viewers will look at it and recognise it straight away. What we've got is an absolutely gorgeous Parker Duofold fountain pen in this lovely sort of reddish orange colour. Okay, now first of all, the Parker Duofolds of this particular period and around this period, they made lots and lots of different variants, different sizes, different trims, etc. So it can be a little bit confusing on which particular model it is. Now this one, I believe it to be the Parker Duofold Senior Streamlined, or the Streamlined Senior Duofold. Okay, now if I'm wrong, I'll stand corrected, so you can leave any comments down below. But all in all, in my opinion, as I say, we've got a Parker Streamlined Senior Duofold fountain pen. Now this pen came to me for a service and a little bit of treatment. It's actually, I've finished it and it'll be going back to the customer today. But before we send it back, I'm not sure if I've actually done a video on this particular model. I've done you lots and lots of videos on Parker Duofolds, and again, different models. So if you're interested in them, go and have a look. Whether I've actually done one on this particular model, I'm not particularly sure, but hey, let's do a review anyway. Now, the size of it from the top of the cap to the bottom of the barrel, it's 132 millimeters capped. Around the barrel, it's a nice chunky 13 millimeters in diameter. As I said, comes in this gorgeous red coloured plastic, or whatever the material is. You can see it's got black trim, it's got this black sort of cap to the end of the barrel there, and to the very top there a matching black finial to the very top. Now you can see we've got the two sort of thin cap bands to the bottom of the cap, and if we take you up to the clip there, you can see it's got the very recognisable, of the period, a Parker ball clip, and you'll notice we've got the word Parker written on the clip. As I said, to the very top there we've got the black finial. Now this one, if you've not already noticed, is a button filler fountain pen. I'm dating the pen from around about the 1930s, 1940s, but as I say, well worthy of a review. In lovely condition. As I say, I've just serviced it. We've got rid of some sort of micro scratching to the pen. We've given it a polish. Everything is lovely and clean, and it's ready to go back to the customer. Okay, now if I show you the barrel imprint, now the only sort of down thing with this particular pen, I'm going to hold it nice and still. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a twirl, sort of here and there, back and forth. I don't know if you can see it, it's quite faint, it's quite worn, but the barrel imprint reads from left GOS Parker, to the middle it has Parker and then Duofold underneath it, and then to the very right it actually says made in Canada. Let's try and give you a little bit of a different view. As I say, it is quite sort of worn and quite faint, so it may not be sort of legible on video. So as we said, made in Canada, so it's a Canadian made Parker Duofold. Let's unscrew the cap. Let's give you some of the customary twirls to the pen to give you sort of different angles, etc. Okay, absolutely lovely condition and a lovely chunky pen. The Parker Duofolds, excellent pens. It's a nice, it's not a small pen, it's not oversized, but it's a lovely chunky and comfortable pen to hold. Okay, if you've got large hands, an excellent pen to actually have and to use. Very comfortable in the hand. Now, let's take you up to the section. You can see the section there. It's quite a small section, slightly sort of, it concaves inwards and it flares out towards the nib. The nib on this, a lovely large Parker nib, and it reads Parker Duofold Pen, and to the very bottom, Canada. So it's got the correct Parker Duofold made in Canada nib, and again a lovely large nib. There's a sideways view for you, and let's show you the feed underneath there. Now, some of you will have these pens, or you've seen these pens with the sort of standard sort of the ladder feeds, if you like, but let's bring it a little bit closer for you. There you go. You can see on here we've got the earlier, what they term as a Christmas tree or Xmas tree feed. Okay, and there you go, you can see it there. Let's give you another different angle. So it's got the sort of the earlier version feed, as I say, the Xmas tree feed. Again, lovely and cleaned. Everything's been cleaned as it should be. Okay, now the pen, as you've noticed, has got no lever on it. It's what we term as a button filler, which means if we unscrew the blind cap here like so, and there we have it. We've got the sort of the brass button to the end there. There's the cap for you. Okay, so it's what we term as a button filled fountain pen, and what it simply means is that we dip the nib and the feed, or the section should I say, in the ink, press on the button, and the pen fills with ink. Now, because it's been fully serviced and it's ready to go back to the customer, I don't want to fill the pen because it'll mean having to sort of flush it out, etc., and leaving it to dry overnight. And as I say, I want to actually send the pen back today, but I know you people like to see the pen writing, so what we'll do, we'll just simply dip the pen in the ink, and we'll just do a dip test, and just to see how the pen writes. So what we've got, we've got a Parker Duofold. As I said, in my opinion, it's the senior streamlined version. Let's just give it another little dip. We're dating the pen, as we said earlier, 1930s, maybe through to 1940s. As you'd expect from a lovely quality pen like this, it's writing very nicely. Does it have any flexibility, we ask? Okay, so we're running out of ink there. Does it have any flexibility? I would say yes, slightly. So let's show you the writing sample. As I said, writing lovely, and again with a little bit of pressure on the downward stroke we can get a little bit of variation in line. So it has a slightly flex nib, but all in all a gorgeous writer. As I said, an ideal pen for somebody to use on a daily basis. Now what we'll do, let's just give that a wipe. We'll swill the nib out after the video, and there we have it. We're going to leave it at that. So I'll leave it nice and short, and just give you a couple of little more close-ups there. As we said, we've got a Parker Duofold Senior streamlined fountain pen from round about the 1930s, 1940s, in this gorgeous sort of, it's not the big red, but yeah, they call it red. It's sort of a reddish orange colour, but all in all, superb pens. If you can get your hands on one of these pens, do so. You won't regret it. They're actually lovely pens, sturdy pens, and make excellent everyday writers. Okay, so there we have it. I hope you've enjoyed looking at the pen as much as I enjoy showing them to you people. Don't forget, don't be shy. Leave a comment below. And have you subscribed? If not, why not? Subscribe now. And last but not least, down below, if you possibly can, please support my work. But for now, I'll just say bye bye for now.